Hello students, this is Dr. Saurabh Rajaram Mhatre from Sri RLT College of Science, Akola. So today we are going to learn about human respiratory system. The respiratory system brings about inspiration, expiration and exchange of gases into lungs. So respiratory system brings inspiration means intake, expiration means outage of the gases, and these all having exchange of gases from lungs. So these are then transported by the blood from lungs to the different tissue and different parts of the body. So these gases are transported by blood from the lungs to the different tissue and body parts. The respiratory system divided into upper respiratory system having external nasal nares, internal nares, nasopharynx, nose, thorax and associated structures. These are upper respiratory system. Then lower respiratory system. These are referred to larynx, trachea, bronchi, bronchioles and lungs. So these all refers to the lower respiratory system. So as we can see in this diagram, in upper respiratory system there is first nose. The nose has pair of slits like opening called as external nares or nostrils for entry of air, entry of gases into nasal cavity. There are nostrils, nares. The nasal cavity is divided into right and left nasal chambers by a mesentermoid cartilage. Means in between two, means right and left nasal chamber is divided by mesentermoid cartilage. Each nasal chamber is further divided into three regions: vestibule, respiratory part and olfactory or sensory chamber. So first, vestibule. It is proximal part about the nostril. Its skin has hair for filtering the air and trapping the dust particles and suspended particles in the inhaled air. Vestibule has a skin, has hair for filtering the air, trapping the dust and suspended particles in the inhaled air. So filtration is the main function of vestibule. Then respiratory part, that is known as conditioner, the middle thin walled highly vascular part for warming and moisturizing the inhaled air. Respiratory part is also known as conditioner, that is highly vascular part for warming and moisturizing the inhaled air. Then third part is olfactory or sensory chamber. The uppermost part is lined by olfactory epithelium for detection of smell. For detection of smell. The uppermost part is lined by the olfactory epithelium, and that olfactory part is also known as sensory part, sensory chamber, and that is for detection of smell. That is for detection of smell. So this is all about nose. Then after nose there is a pharynx. So pharynx, it is divisible into three parts. The nasopharynx is uppermost part from the nasal chamber. It leads into the oropharynx, common passage for food and air, oropharynx. Then continues below as laryngopharynx. Laryngopharynx. These between the nasopharynx and oropharynx is plated bone. Between the nasopharynx and oropharynx is the plated bone. The pharynx has a set of lymphoid organs called tonsils. Pharynx has a set of lymphoid organs. That lymphoid organs are called as tonsils. Then after pharynx there is a larynx. After pharynx there is a larynx. It is called as voice box. Larynx is called as voice box. It is the part of respiratory tract which contains vocal cord for producing sound. Why it is called as voice box? Because it contains vocal cords for producing sound. Larynx extend from laryngopharynx and hyoid bone to the trachea. Hyoid bone to the trachea. It is hollow, tubular structure. Its wall is made up of cartilage plates held by membranes and muscles. Internally, larynx lined by a pair of fold of elastic vocal cord that is known as true vocal cords. Voice is produced by the passage of air. Voice is produced by the passage of air between vocal cord and modulations created by tongue. Modulations created by tongue. So question arises, how voice is produced? So answer is voice is produced by the passage of air between vocal cords and modulations created by tongue, teeth, lips and nasal cavity. So due to these modulations in tongue, teeth, tips, nasal cavity and air passage between the vocal cords, voice is produced. The larynx opens into the laryngopharynx through a slit like opening called glottis. That slit opening is known as glottis. Larynx opens into laryngopharynx. Laryngopharynx through a slit. That opening is known as glottis. This opening of the trachea or windpipe is guarded by a leaf-like flap called as epiglottis. Epiglottis is opening of trachea or windpipe is guarded by a leaf-like flap, that is epiglottis. Epiglottis prevents the entry of food into trachea. Epiglottis prevents the entry of food into trachea. So, after larynx, there is a trachea. There is a trachea. Trachea is a long tube 10 to 12 centimeter in length. Trachea is long tube like 10 to 12 centimeter long. It runs through the neck in front of esophagus and extend into and up to the middle thoracic cavity. Middle thoracic cavity, that is known as trachea. So it is supported by C-shaped 16 to 20 rings of cartilage which prevents the collapse of trachea. Why trachea do not collapse? Because it is supported by C-shaped 16 to 20 rings of cartilage, and these rings of cartilage prevents the collapse of trachea. It is lined internally with ciliated and pseudostratified epithelium and mucous glands that traps the unwanted particles, preventing their entry into lungs. Preventing their entry into lungs. So after that, bronchi. Bronchi. The trachea divides into right and left primary bronchi as it reaches the middle of the thoracic cavity. Bronchi are supported by C-shaped incomplete rings of cartilage. Bronchi are supported internally by C-shaped incomplete rings of cartilage. The primary bronchi divides to form secondary and tertiary bronchi, which leads into the terminal bronchioles, and that bronchioles having end of alveoli, having end of alveoli, bronchioles ending into alveoli. So after bronchi, there are main respiratory organs which are known as lungs. Lungs are the main respiratory organs of humans. One pair of spongy and elastic lungs are present in thoracic cavity. Each lung is enclosed and protective by double pleural membrane, outer parietal and inner visceral membrane. Each lung is enclosed by protective double pleural membrane, outer parietal membrane and inner visceral membrane. Between two pleura is a pleural cavity filled with lubricating fluid called pleural fluid. So it is secreted by membranes. The right lung is larger than left lung, and right lung is larger and divided into 3 lobes, while left lung is smaller and divided into 2 lobes. Each lobe of lung has terminal bronchioles ending in a bunch of air sacs known as alveoli, and these are having 10 to 12 alveoli. Bronchioles ending in a bunch of air sacs, each with 10 to 12 alveoli. So bronchioles end to alveoli. So alveoli are thin-walled lobulated structures like a bunch of grapes. Alveoli are thin-walled lobulated structure like a bunch of grapes. Each alveolus is surrounded by network of capillaries of pulmonary arteries and veins. It is very important, each alveolus is very surrounded by a network of capillaries of pulmonary arteries and veins. These have highly elastic walls made up of single layer of squamous epithelium. Resting on the basement membrane. So we all know that squamous epithelium having basement membrane. So alveoli having squamous epithelium and resting on these basement membrane of connective tissue. So basement membrane is of connective tissue, and upper is squamous epithelial tissue membrane, which is rest on the connective tissue. So there are about 700 millions of alveoli in lungs, and they provide surface area for exchange of gases. So alveoli are thin lobulated structure like bunches of grapes. So each alveolus is surrounded by a network of capillaries of pulmonary arteries and veins. These have elastic walls made up of single layer of squamous epithelium resting on the basement membrane of connective tissue. These are about 700 millions of alveoli in lungs, and they provide surface area for the gaseous exchange. So after alveoli there is diaphragm. Diaphragm is muscular septum that separates the thoracic and abdominal cavity. Diaphragm is muscular septum that separates thoracic and abdominal cavity. It is dome shape, and on contraction it becomes flattened. Diaphragm on contraction gets flattened. So these is all about the respiratory system of human beings. So today we have learned about nose, pharynx, larynx, trachea, bronchi, lungs, alveoli and diaphragm. In next lecture we are going to learn about mechanism of respiration. Thank you, students.